Hi James. IBD. If having, oh, with regards to IBD, I guess it means if you're having bloody stool, can you still take Qenda? Saw two tapeworm pass out from my son's bloody stool finally. His reflux is very serious and having fever. So I'll do one question at a time. So if having bloody stool, can you still take Qenda? Yes, absolutely. The reason why the intestines make blood is because there's too much inflammation there. Once the inflammation is built up to a certain level, yeah, it ends up blood coming out. Also, the reason with IBD why people have blood coming out in the stools is because like this is the intestinal lining in each individual cells. The parasites actually sit in between these individual cells. So if you think about your digestive lining just being like a tube, you've got your food and your feces on the inside, you've got your intestinal lining there, and then you've got your blood on the outside of that. So your intestinal lining is separating the food and the feces and the outside world from getting inside your blood and inside your body. When you get parasites in the intestinal lining, they actually burrow into the intestinal lining. So they're a bit in the blood and a bit in the intestinal lining, essentially. So then when we've got these parasites coming away, when we're cleansing with Qenda, um, as these parasites come away, there can be some blood in it. Obviously, with your son having IBD, he already had blood in his stool anyway. That's the parasites running riot and creating all this inflammatory response in his body. But then when you cleanse him with the Qenda, yeah, when the parasites come out, there can be a bit of blood coming out as collateral, because obviously as these parasites come away from the intestinal lining, a little bit of blood can come out at the same time. So yeah, a little bit of blood coming out with parasites when you're having Qenda is absolutely fine. And obviously you had bloody stools anyway. So if you've got blood in your stool, can you still take Qenda? Yes, if you've got blood in the stool, that is the absolute best time to take Qenda. Like if for whatever reason I go out and eat crap food, people have been smoking vapes around me all the time. If I'm exposed to a lot of toxicities and my immune system gets low, I can get blood in my stools as well. Like my guts are the weak point. Obviously, if you're building up all these toxicities in the body, you get a viral infection or something like that. Yeah, the intestines are a weak point. My point is, if I ever get really bad to the stage that there's a bit of blood in my stool, that's the time to definitely have Qenda because it fixes it quickly. But if it's your first time doing the Qenda cleanse, obviously, and there's parasites present and stuff that's creating that IBD, yeah, it takes a bit of time for you've got to go through the process. You've got to remove all the parasites before the blood has totally gone away. So that can take up to about 2 months. But obviously, we expect to have periods without blood, periods where it's a lot better in between that in that first 2 months. So that's the first bit of question. Yes, definitely continue with Qenda if there's blood in the stool. It's like the best thing for it in my